welcome to the Don't You Know I'm Loco podcast. We're three cousins looking to break generational curses by sharing our mental health and healing journeys. Join me, Candy,
Lisa,
and
Rene.
as we talk about
the things we're not supposed to talk about.
Hey guys!
Hi.
Welcome
Hi,
back to our
hi.
channel. Welcome back, Renee.
I'm back.
Hey. Go ahead, my clapper. There it goes.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yes.
A little bittersweet, but it's nice to be
Yeah.
back here.
We
Yeah.
missed it, but we understand.
Missed you guys too.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. I feel like since we've recorded together, we had some saved up. So so we were good while Renee
About
was
3
gone.
weeks now. I
Mm-hmm.
would say?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 3 weeks. Yeah.
Wow, that's a long
know.
time.
Yeah, and we only had to do one episode without
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, it's true because we were we had them
Yeah,
saved up.
we had stocked up.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome back, Renee.
thank you.
You want to get into our challenges? I'll go first.
Yeah. I'll go last. It might be long.
Okay. So my challenge this week was on Sunday I did like a deep clean on the house and I scrubbed like the tile floor and I used like this like wand scrubber thing to scrub them down before I mop them. And so my hands were like cramping. And so I asked Fernando if he could run his thumb like against between my thumb and my index finger, right? Because they were like cramped, like figure like you know when you hold the pencil for so long, your hands hurt,
yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
right? But it was a mop,
Wait, sorry.
like a long stick.
Uh-huh.
So I was holding it like that, and I was like, man, it hurts. So he did that, and then we went to bed, and then I was like, man, my hand is itchy. Like, what's happening? And Fernando was knocked out, and so I got up to see, and I walked to my closet, and I looked, and I was like, my hand was swollen.
Oh no!
Like, literally
You had,
from
allergic reaction?
No, it was
Oh.
because of I don't use those muscles like that, right? And then I think I heard it when he massaged it and I massaged it. It like inflamed it.
Oh my God.
And it was literally, I'll show you guys a picture and I'll put it up here. Renee,
Yeah.
to show it. And then I was like, oh my God. So I didn't go to work on Monday because I was like, I type for a living.
Yeah.
Like, how am I gonna,
Yeah.
I have to let it rest. So I iced
Oh my
it and took some
gosh.
painkillers and I was like, okay. And I texted my mom to let her know that I wasn't coming for lunch. And she was like, oh my God. I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. But this is what's happening. And then Dee texted me and was like, Mom told me what happened. I was like, I know, I feel like the Nutty Professor. You know when he turns into Professor Clem when his hand goes Yeah. But it went down, but even like yesterday was Tuesday when we're recording this is Wednesday. Even my coworkers like, it still looks a little bit swollen. I was like, yeah, but it didn't look like they didn't look like two of the same hands at all.
So
gosh.
crazy. I have to see it.
Yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, because I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I even sent the picture to my boss,
nuts.
so she knew that I wasn't faking it.
Yeah.
I was like, why do I do that? Why do I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble? Who cares?
I know.
I think this thing was like, yeah, I called out, and yeah, you see me at Disneyland. So what? I was like, it's true. But yeah, so that was my challenge.
Aw.
Like, not expecting that to happen.
Yeah.
And then my boss goes, see, you should just tell your husband that you just need to hire somebody to clean because look at what happened. You got injured.
Hey.
Right? What about you, Lisa?
Cool. Well, I just got back from California. My challenge was that so before I went to California, my account got hacked or whatever. So like I had to do the whole like wait, I'm still waiting for my debit card to get in.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing like the whole like waiting for like funds to come through so I can pay
Mhm.
this. And then it's just like a big mess.
Yeah.
So right before I go to California, where I'm taking my daughter and her friend to Knott's Berry Farm and
Mhm.
like all these things, so
Mm.
like there was nothing I could do though. Like I
Mhm.
had no control over it.
Mhm.
But I was already like spinning. I was already like, shit, what am I gonna do with gas?
Mm.
How am I gonna do like food? Like how am I gonna do like I was going. I was going and
Mhm.
going and
Mhm.
going. And then
Mhm.
I had asked Max if he wanted to go and he was like, let me see what's going on with my kids
Mhm.
and then I'll let you know. And I was like, okay, cool. And I'm so like, don't ask for shit, right? For
Mhm.
Yes.
nobody, right?
We
Mhm.
Like
know.
I
We know.
but it was like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna have to ask for help, right?
Mhm.
Because I literally don't have like I can't
Mhm.
pull the cash out, right?
Mhm.
So I mean I could use my credit cards, but I'm like, no, I can't use my credit cards. Like I'm so like,
Mhm.
no, I can't.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I had to ask him like, hey,
Mhm.
can you like help me? Like I'll Zelle you, and
Mhm.
then you
Yeah.
just pay for everything, and then I'll
Mhm.
just run a
Mhm.
tab or whatever,
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, of course, like if
Mhm.
it was like nothing, and I'm
Mhm.
like,
Mhm.
oh my god, I'm over here with like my pits are all wet, like I'm like, oh my scalp is like soaked, looks like I freaking
Mhm. Oh
worked
my
out,
gosh.
and he was like, yeah, like nothing,
Mhm.
like okay, what do you need,
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
damn it, why?
Mhm.
So, but I did ask, I did
Yeah.
ask for help.
Good
Like,
for you. I know that's a big
that
deal for
was,
you.
yeah.
Mhm. And it was like
Mhm.
no, like not a big deal at all to him. He was
No.
like, "Cool, I got you." Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I sent you a meme one time. I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
saw it, but it was like, "Girl, I know you're independent. And you can do it by yourself. You
Uh-huh.
don't need nobody's help, but I want to help you. So,
Uh-huh.
like I'll,
Yeah. 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 Dude, something like that. Yeah.
And
I
I
do
was like,
remember that.
"Yes, that's you. We know
Yeah.
you can do it on your own, but you shouldn't
No,
have
but,
to all
oh,
the time."
but it was just so like,
Mhm.
oh, how am I gonna tell my daughter like, hey, we gotta cancel it, or we're gonna
Mhm.
reschedule it or move it or
Mhm.
whatever. So I was like, and can you help me? Like this happened. He's like,
Mhm.
I'm like, ugh,
Mhm.
thanks. But we had the best time.
Oh,
Like I felt
good.
like a kid going to Knott's. Like it
Oh,
was
how
so cool. Like,
fun.
I was I was going on the rides and normally I don't go on the
Uh-huh.
rides because I'm always like, I hate waiting in line. It's like the worst
The
thing
lines are
ever,
the worst. I
like
hate
Mhm.
lines.
yeah, it drives me nuts. Like, how are we
Mhm.
paying so much money to get in here for like crappy food, for waiting in line, for
Mhm.
like hearing kids screaming, like, oh, right? It's like the worst
The
Mhm.
thing. It's
nightmare.
the
Mhm.
worst. It's the
Mhm.
worst. But my daughter's like, Mom, I want to go. Like, she's
Mhm.
been wanting to go. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay, fine, we'll go. And then I was like, I'll just, whatever. I was like, I'll
Mhm.
put it in God's hands. Like, you make it work however you make it work. And,
Mhm.
I was able to ask Max and I was able to, like, like have a good trip. Good trip.
Mhm.
Do whatever I
That's
wanted.
good.
Oh, I did have a little drama though. Not me personally, but we went to Johnny Jr.'s
Uh-huh.
In
for
Buena Park?
breakfast. Yeah,
Oh, love that
yesterday on
place.
Uh-huh.
our way back home.
Uh-huh.
And it was myself, my daughter, Max, and her friend. And we're eating whatever. And this DoorDash guy comes in and he starts yelling at the lady
Oh
saying,
shit.
like, where's the order? Where's the order? Right. And she's
Mhm.
like, I already told you, like, I'm not gonna give it to you. You're not Sylvia or whatever her name was. It
Mhm.
was a female, and he was
Mhm.
Mhm.
clearly a male. And
Mhm.
he's just like, that's not your job. Your job is to blah blah blah, right? So he started going off and going crazy, and then he's just like, it's because I'm black, right?
Oh
It's because I'm the
no.
only black guy in here, and I'm the only colored person in here. But the lady's like Hispanic,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? And all the guys in the back are Hispanic. Like, so it
Mhm.
was stupid. It was really ignorant.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
the guy was like making a big deal and calling DoorDash and just like interrupting like everybody, like ruining everybody's meal, right? Like he
Mhm.
Yeah.
was just going off, like acting a fool.
Mhm.
And then this like poor old guy, he's like, we didn't even know he was like there, because he
Mhm.
was so like old, like he was probably like asleep half of the time, like in this little group, right?
Mhm.
And all of
Mhm.
a sudden he goes, shut up, shut up,
Oh
right? And when I was
shit.
Mhm.
like, where the hell are we? And Cam's like, what's going on,
Oh
right? And I was like,
no.
shit. And then, but he's like from a different country. I don't know where he's from, but
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
was like, he had like an accent and everything,
Mhm.
right? So he's like, He's like, ma'am, control your husband, control your husband.
Oh my
This guy was
gosh.
just causing drama everywhere he was going. And I was like, this is like a freaking movie right now, right?
Mhm.
So like I go and I was like, this man's not gonna stop. Like he's
Mhm.
not gonna stop. Nobody's doing anything. And I was like, move, Max. So he gets up and then I go up and I was like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are
Mhm.
you yelling? Why are you like making such commotion? What are
Mhm.
you doing?
Mhm.
And he's just like, well, she's not like, and I was just like, she's doing her job.
Mhm.
Do your job. And then he was
Mhm.
just like, well, he's like, dude, come get your girl.
Oh
Come get your girl.
no.
And I was just like, were you sexist?
Mhm.
And then he was just like,
Oh.
you need to mind your own business, blah, 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 blah. And then Cam's like, mom. And I was just like, okay, cool. And I was just
Mhm.
like, you know what? I was like, you guys did great service. I was like, I appreciate you guys. Cause he
Mhm.
was already saying
Mhm.
like, this is like, you guys are racist, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like,
Mm.
what are you doing?
Mhm.
You know? And then like my daughter was scared and her friend was
Yeah.
scared and stuff. And, like Max and, he stood up and he was just
Mhm.
like, my girl can take you, like,
Yeah.
but, it was just like, what is going on?
Mhm. Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
crazy out there.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Out
Crazy
there.
world.
dang. Yeah. Out here.
Mhm. In the
Everywhere.
world.
Fuck. Yeah. I was like, dang, it was like a Tuesday morning in Buena
Oh.
Park, you
Uh-huh.
know?
Mhm.
So yeah, so I was just like, okay, girls, you guys ready? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, oh, I didn't mean to like ruin your business. I was like, actually, we finished. I was like, you're the actual one that ruined our day. And
Mhm.
then he was just like, oh, and I was just like, actually, you didn't ruin our day. And then I was
Mhm.
just like talking to him, so
Mhm.
I knew that was pissing him off
Yeah.
more,
Oh my God.
Mhm.
But I was just like, this guy is a joke, man.
Mm.
He's a joke. But anyway,
So you had a great
that was my
time.
trip.
So you had a great breakfast.
I had an amazing breakfast with Johnny's Juniors, the
I
pancakes.
Yeah, dinner and
know.
So
or breakfast
good.
and a
Breakfast
show.
on a show.
The hash brown from there is so good.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
so good.
Now I'm hungry again. All right, Renee. It's your turn.
How much time we have?
Go. All the time you need.
Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. So you guys know the audience doesn't know like what's going on. Or some of them do obviously because they're
Mhm.
family.
Mhm.
But my sister had a emergency about 2.5 weeks ago now. That's how long I've been gone, I think.
Mhm.
Just got back yesterday. She was in the hospital for a foot infection. She's diabetic. I asked if I could talk about this. I didn't. This
Okay.
is
I was like,
yeah. No, I asked her. I
Yeah,
talked to
that's
her
why last week we
today.
were like, we're not saying
Yeah.
nothing.
I asked her. I was like, "Hey,
Mhm.
is it okay if I talk about it?" She's like, "You can talk about whatever you want." I was like, "All right."
Mm.
And you guys know she ended up getting her leg amputated from the knee and below,
Mm.
and we were just in and out of the hospital. And man, she is one of the strongest people I've ever known.
yeah.
Like she's taken so much that the world has given her, and she's beating it back somehow.
Uh-huh.
And like, it's sad, but it's also like, wow, you're a fucking beast. Like
Yeah.
Mhm.
you're
Very
you're
resilient.
you're yeah,
Uh-huh.
super resilient. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I I'm so proud of her, like, for taking this so well. Like, I think my parents and I are taking it worse than maybe Tino too, because
Uh-huh.
it's been hard to see. Like it's just difficult to see for sure. And um just dealing with that is it was hard. Like it's still hard. Like I'm still bummed about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like I went into therapy today, and I was like, I left here a different man than I'm walking in today.
Mhm.
And like she was just like, what happened? So I kind of explained to her, and I was just like what
Yeah.
happened? And she's just like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, like, yeah, that's a lot.
Mhm.
And I dealt with it knowing that I had to put myself into survivor mode, right?
Mhm.
Like that's crazy to say, but
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
was like, this is gonna be survivor mode while I'm here.
Mhm.
I have to be there for my sister,
Mhm.
hide my pain while I'm in there.
Mhm.
And and that's what I did. I can't do the routine. you do a routine, if I stuck to my routine, I would look crazy.
Yeah.
Like what's this guy doing? Working out every morning, reading this book? Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I just went with it. Like went into survivor mode. Like I stopped smoking using my edibles each night. I was like, I gotta be present all the
Yeah.
time. You just never know when they're gonna call. Um, yeah, but my sister's so strong. I love you, sis. I know you're gonna watch this here.
Uh-huh.
You're fucking amazing. Like I can't put into any more words like what I think about you. And
Mhm.
I love you so much. And sorry you're going through this, but you're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. Not just us, but like the whole, not just like a family. We're gonna get through it.
Yeah.
And yeah, how I dealt with it, I guess, right, is like went into survivor mode. When I woke up this morning, like last night was my first night here back in Vegas or in Henderson, and my dad stayed back, so it's just me and the boys. And I woke up so depressed, like I'm like, just what the
Aw.
fuck, like what is going on? And I was like, you know what? That's the hangover of the survivor mode.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I
Yeah.
was like, you're gonna get through this. So I went back to my routine because I can now, right?
Uh-huh.
I got up, I walked the boys. I didn't read because I figured I was gonna do whatchamacallit, therapy and do this today.
Uh-huh.
So I ate breakfast and I worked out, which felt good because I think I lost like 6 pounds while I was over there.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
look thinner.
yeah, and not like the good 6 pounds. It was like the 6 pounds where I feel weak. I'm like, fuck, like that's
Uh-huh.
not a good 6 pounds.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's how I'm dealing with it. It's just I gotta get back to my routine, and when I go back, I'll I'll deal with it again when it comes up again, or like when I have to go back. But fuck, that was probably one of the roughest portions of my life. Like, and I was like just watching my sister, right? Like I can't imagine her, and she's just she stays so strong for us. Like I'm like, man, like
Yeah.
yeah, you guys know,
Yeah.
and
Like her spirits are still
her
up. She's
spirits are
still
still up,
laughing and
still, yeah,
making jokes and
yeah. Like one night it was one night it was the first week, the first Saturday she was there in the hospital. Lisa went to visit her, and Claire and Elias were there, and who else? Tino, and then one of my friends that knows her went also, and
it was like a
it
party.
was like a party in there, and I was just like, damn, we're getting old. These are people I used to party with.
Yeah.
And we're in the hospital on a Saturday night.
It was fun
It was
too.
fun though, yeah.
We were laughing and
I'm
everything.
surprised they didn't kick us out.
I
Oh my
know.
God.
We were there till like 10:15 or 10:30 or
Yeah.
Oh,
something.
dang.
Loud,
Yeah.
laughing
Oh my God,
and
how funny. I saw this meme today that's like, I'm pretty sure Mexicans are the reason there's a one visitor per room rule. I was like, yep. So we're
Well,
like, one, what?
I was surprised. I was like I kept getting like scared that they were
They're
gonna
gonna
kick us
kick us
out,
out.
but they would
Yeah.
like walk in and laugh with us
Yeah.
and like do whatever and then like leave,
Mm.
and it was so cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool.
That's nice.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. I'm just still in shock
Yeah,
about it.
yeah,
I'm angry.
yeah.
I'm sad. I don't know where to put this.
Yeah.
Where to put this? It's not a loss. Obviously, she's still around,
Yeah.
but I can't. I don't want to call it a win either,
Uh-huh.
because it's her leg. Like it's a piece of her, and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out where to put it right now.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like I fucking aged like 10 years since I've been gone. Like I saw myself in a picture from Saturday night. I'm like, fuck, I look older now. Like, what the fuck? I
Yeah.
did get sick too. Like
Mm-hmm.
the day after she had her operation, I went to see her. I was all by myself, and I guess I tried to mentally prepare myself, and I guess I wasn't ready for that. And like an hour later, I just had like these sharp pain in my stomach, and it was just bad. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Oh my god.
So I was like, you know what, I need to take a day off, like from,
Yeah.
because it's a lot going in and out of a
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah,
Oh my
it is.
gosh. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I missed about 2 days while I was there. Didn't
Yeah.
go.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot
Yeah,
because
it's
then
a
it's
lot.
like you're there, but you don't want to leave, but you're like,
Mhm.
you know, you
Yeah.
can't just stay there, and like even going down to the cafeteria, you don't even want to do that because you're like,
Mhm.
you know, what if
Yeah.
somebody walks in and has an update and I'm not there? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard. Um, so that's why it's nice when other people are there to, you know, switch off or, you
Yeah.
know, where you know it's okay to leave.
Yeah. We had a system going.
Yeah, that's good.
Me and my
Mhm.
parents, and well,
Mhm.
Tino stayed there every night,
Mm,
like until closing. He would get there after
mm,
work and just go
Aw.
afterwards. So
mm,
like we had a good system working, and then she had a lot of visitors too. So
mm.
that was good.
That's good.
Uh,
Oh, okay. How is she feeling right now?
I talked to her this morning. Um, she felt okay because she's doing dialysis still too,
Mm,
and they started like a new version of it.
mhm,
So she's gonna go to a skilled nursing home for a little bit
mhm,
and until the house is ready because my parents have to get the Bonaparte house ready, and
mhm,
they already did a ramp for the wheelchair, but they gotta
mhm,
fix like the rooms, and yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
gonna be
mhm,
some work for sure.
mhm.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Okay.
she's just ready to go home, I think, at this
Yeah,
point.
I'm sure she wants to
Mhm.
see the dogs
Oh yeah,
too.
she does.
Mm.
They
Man.
miss her. I know the also the little
Mhm.
chubby one.
Mhm.
He
Oh.
misses her for sure. He just
Mm.
like bums out around the house.
Oh.
Aw.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if we can sneak him in, like a dog
Put him in a
carrier or
put him in a car seat
something.
with the cobija, like a
Yeah.
blanket. I seen something like that. It was like
Oh my gosh,
it
that's
was
so funny.
the grandpa or the grandma was missing their dog, so they snuck in the dog to the
Oh.
hospital, and they're both like so excited to see each other. I was like,
Oh.
oh, how cute! Yeah. Oh.
Maybe at the
So
nursing
cute.
home we can figure something
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
That'd be good for her for
Yeah.
sure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was my last 3 weeks, maybe 2 weeks,
Mhm.
2.5
That's
weeks.
tough. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was tough.
Yeah.
I really feel like I got beat the shit out of,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
my soul.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm glad that you have the tools
I do have the
to
tools now.
deal with it, but also to recognize,
Yeah.
you know, what it is that you need at this
Yeah.
time, and like even coming back here um and doing your routine and stuff like that,
Yeah.
cuz it's like a change for everybody in your
Hmm.
family.
Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely therapy saved me this time
Yeah.
for sure.
Mm. Yeah.
See, everybody, therapy
Yep.
helps.
It really
Mhm.
does.
But you got to do
It
the
really
work.
does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
it sucks
It
sometimes,
does. Like
but
Yeah.
life fucking sucks.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
Yeah, it
throws all
does.
kinds of shit at you, and
Mhm.
you just gotta learn how to
Mhm.
fucking process it healthy in a healthy
Mhm.
manner.
Mhm. Yeah. No, yesterday I had an assessment for the neural feedback thing that I have been talking about. I'm gonna start it. Yeah.
Oh.
And it was like a bunch of questions.
Mhm.
And then after I went downstairs and then I ate dinner and then I told Fernando I was gonna go take a shower and then I ended up just staying up there. And he was like, "You didn't even say you were coming back. You didn't say you were not coming back down." And I was like, "Oh, I was just drained." And I was like,
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize, you know, that therapy does that to you. Like it's like
Yeah.
a release, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But you feel so much better after
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It is like a hangover almost where it's like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay, like you have to process, or it's like marinating or something, and it's
Mhm.
like, okay, it takes a couple days for you to be like, okay, I'm
Yeah.
Mhm.
okay, like,
Mhm.
okay, and then things start coming up and you're like, whoa.
Mhm.
It's just like the process. It's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
I'm happy that you were able to use your tools,
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. I
because it's so
definitely.
easy to be like,
Oh,
oh,
so
fuck
easy to be
it,
like
let me
fuck
take
it.
some shots and
Mhm.
Yesterday I did I did take some edibles,
Mhm.
uh-huh.
and I realized I have to stop that too because I eat a lot. I get the super munchies when I swear I eat everything, and that's not good for my health
Yeah.
either, right?
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
with what's going on. I'm like I gotta be
Yeah.
more aware
Mhm.
of that too.
Mhm.
I
Uh-huh.
love the way it makes me feel, but like there's that side effect that where I do get the munchies, and I
Yeah.
had to realize that
Mm.
that's not healthy for me either. Even though I get
Uh-huh.
good sleep,
Mhm.
Yeah.
what's good sleep if I'm fucking full of sugar and food?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's definitely something I'm gonna work on, and I just had 2 left, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll take them.
Yeah.
You took them both? Oh my god.
So
You're like, yellow.
see, that's an awareness, right? Like
Yeah,
I'm aware that
uh-huh.
oh shit, like
Yeah.
I can't be doing that because of
Mhm.
the food part. Like,
Yeah.
'cause I
Yeah.
I tell you, I ate like
Yeah.
I ate a lot.
He-
Sweets too, so that's not good either. If it was like
Yeah.
vegetables or
Oh my god.
a salad or something,
Then,
maybe.
Oh my God.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh my god. Have you heard that one? It's like I can't imagine being vegan and coming home after a night of drinking and having to eat lettuce. Like
Oh,
oh.
that'd be brutal.
No. I know. I need to like I drink a lot of soda,
Yeah.
a lot of chips, and Fernando actually was like you gotta stop eating this stuff. Like it's
Mm.
you're not. He goes, I always worried that I would leave you alone, and what would you do, you know? And then he goes, but now I'm like worried that you're gonna leave me alone, you know,
Oh,
because of the
shit.
way that you eat and the
Yeah.
way that you know. And I was like, damn. I was like, when you put it that way, like he's like, I
Yeah.
can't do life. You know, I don't want to do life without you, my best friend. And I was like,
Aw.
and it like takes a long time for me to process that,
Uh-huh.
like because it's always like a self sabotage, like whatever. You don't
Yeah.
mean that, you know.
Yeah.
I know you know
I
what that
do
means
that.
because
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
I know exactly what you mean. Like, that's dumb. Come on.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
You don't mean it like it's dumb, but you're just like
No.
you say it like
Yeah.
that. You're like
Because
no,
you
that's not-
don't like not
Yeah.
appreciate it, but you
Yeah,
can't.
like-
You don't let it soak in.
Uh-huh.
And you're just like whatever, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like,
Mm.
oh my god.
Yeah.
But that one got me, and I was like, damn. I'm gonna eat this last one, and then I'll put the bag away. Chips. But yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. There's a lot of catching up.
Yeah,
Mm.
A lot of stuff going on.
definitely.
hmm But today we're gonna be talking about Stephanie, Malcolm, Lisa, aka all the middle
All the
children.
middle
Renee labeled this Lisa and Candy in the middle.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about it's technically not a what is it, like a
Like an
actual syndrome, like
yeah.
actual diagnosis.
diagnosis.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But we're gonna be talking about middle child syndrome.
it's a good one. It's a light one.
Yeah. So this
For
is
you.
from
That's something a middle child would say.
Yeah. Yep. So I'm a middle child, and so is Lisa.
Uh-huh.
I think it's funny that we both ended up on here. And when I was last week's episode, I edited with a lot of help from Fernando. But I was watching Lisa and I, and literally I was like, we look more like sisters than our
Yeah.
own sisters,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because my hair does this thing where like my hair separates like from here to here, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
Lisa's did the same thing on the same side, and I was like, we look so much
Uh-huh.
alike. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
dude.
god,
So
we look more
funny.
like sisters than our own
Uh-huh.
sisters. Okay. So Psych Central says a stereotype of middle children is that parents will overlook the middle child because the oldest has the most responsibility or is a trailblazer, while the youngest gets all the attention as the baby of the family. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel that's true?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Candy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. And then there's a big age difference between my sister and
Oh,
I.
yeah,
There's like
true.
7 years between my older sister, and then me and my little sister are 4 years apart. So
That's
Yeah.
exactly like us too.
yeah,
Exactly like
Yeah.
us. How funny.
Daniel's 7 years older than you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I had talked to my
Older.
mom. Yeah. I had talked to my mom about it. She goes, there was too much of a gap between me and Melissa. She goes, because you guys
Uh-huh.
would not get along. And then she goes, because it was always Melissa and Fabi. And I was like, I know, because Fabi would tell
Bobby
me.
Strong. Yeah.
Fabi would be like, man, we
Hashtag.
would have so much fun playing with all the toys and getting, she had all the cool stuff. And then you came along, and then that stopped. You ruined it. I was like, hey, how rude.
How rude.
Oh, Jan Brady. I forgot about Jan Brady too.
Jan Brady. Oh, she's the middle one.
Marsha. Oh my god, that's funny. Ay, ay, ay. But it's
How
like
rude. I do remember her saying that too.
I loved her, and then I was like identified with her big time. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, we're in the middle. So middle child syndrome, understanding its impact on you. Some symptoms of middle child syndrome: strong desire to stand out, tendency to be the peacemakers, feelings of jealousy towards siblings except the oldest, hmm, difficulty in forming close relationships outside the family.
That's like some of, not the symptoms, but like, forgot what it was.
Like the stereotype.
Stereotypes. Yeah, I think it was
Stereotypes.
stereotypes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Emotional impacts of being the middle child. Feelings of neglect. Often feel overshadowed by the older and younger siblings. Developed independence. Frequently learn to fend for themselves earlier. Potential for anxiety. May struggle with self esteem or require external validation.
Yes.
Oh, girl.
Yes.
Yes. I need to be validated big time.
Check.
I was thinking when I was writing that, I was thinking about what you said last week about like the dating. You're looking for
Oh,
validation.
validation. Oh, yeah. I needed everybody's
Check.
stamp of approval. Strategies for supporting middle children. Tips for parents. Okay, listen up. Okay. Open communication. Create a safe space for feelings. I think that's just in general.
Yeah.
One-on-one time.
Yeah.
Make room for special moments together. Yeah. Celebrate accomplishments. Acknowledge their unique talents. Okay, unique. What is it? Charisma, unique. I won't repeat the rest. It's from Drag Race. Foster sibling connections. Encourage teamwork and bonding. Some myths. I can't say that word because I have this. And facts. Myth. Middle children are always neglected. Fact. Many middle children thrive by developing independence and social skills.
Yeah. We don't have a choice.
Myth. They are destined troublemakers. Myth. Fact. Many middle children are actually great peacemakers, and negotiators.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just gonna go back to here. So, like the neglectedness, I don't feel that. I didn't feel that with my parents. I felt that with my sisters. Like I feel left out. Like I told them the other day, I had a dream that you guys hated me, and they're like, "We don't hate you." And but I think with them, it's because between Melissa and Diana, it's an 11-year difference, and Melissa basically raised Diana. That was like her baby, right? So they have a very close bond, and then I have a close bond with my mama. Like that's my home. That's my best friend. Like that's my homie. And so they're always like, "Oh, mom," And I was like, "Well, I wasn't, I wasn't mother-daughter with you guys over here." But yeah, I that's something that I recently was like, "Oh, okay, I feel left out," and like they don't even know. They're finding out right now with the rest of the world. That
You haven't told them?
Surprise! No, but it is something that I was like, I feel like left out. Like, and then I have these feelings of, again, I have never told them this, so you're finding out with the world.
But
I'm like, I'm like, are you guys texting about me? And it probably isn't. But I'm like, what are you guys saying? What are you guys doing over there? Was it about me? Like, no, it's not about you. But yeah, it's something that like definitely as I was younger, it definitely felt like, but now I'm like, okay, I'm definitely like closer to D, like because we're closer in age too, and
proximity to each other now.
Yes, definitely. And she has my goddaughter who I love so much, who's like my honorary baby. And she loves my baby so much, Trula and Darla. But yeah, that's one definitely that I felt. And it's funny because like in TV, it's always like how they portray the middle child, right? Like all of these characteristics, like Lisa Simpson.
Oh yeah,
She was like, or even like in Encanto, right? Like, it's Luisa, Isabela, or no, yeah, Isabela and Maribel. Is it Maribel or Marisol? Maribel. the three sisters from
Uh-huh.
Encanto, and like Luisa's like the strong one. She has to carry she's like the big carries all the weight and
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like older sister, like
Uh-huh.
older daughters
Mhm.
have to carry all the weight, and then in this one, Isabella is like the perfect one, and she does this,
Mhm.
but it's like she feel like she has to be perfect, and but she doesn't want to be perfect. Like she just wants to be herself, but she has a image to keep up,
Yeah.
right? And then the baby Mirabel feels like left out, like because she doesn't in the movie she doesn't have like a power or whatever. And I was like, I feel like y'all switched the middle child and the baby
Yeah.
because I don't feel that way. But yeah, what about
Oh.
you?
I don't neglect. I think maybe because the separation thing,
Mm-hmm.
as far as like when my parents had my brother,
Mm-hmm.
it was like I think they were more. Actually, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know what I'm trying to say because of the age difference,
Uh-huh.
and like I always
Mm-hmm.
felt like I was always the oldest. Um
Mm. I can see that.
because we weren't raised differently, but we were raised differently.
Mm-hmm.
I think because we moved so much, and it was just like it was just expected.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was weird. It was really
Mm-hmm.
weird. It's kind of
Mm-hmm.
hard to explain. Um, but but I definitely know that there is a bond between my brother and my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have the same age
Mm-hmm.
gaps. So as we got older, I was able to um I'm closer to them now, but
Mhm.
younger growing up and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, it was like my brother and myself for a long time, just us.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a lot of I was the baby,
Mm-hmm.
and then my sister comes along, and then
Mm-hmm.
she's the baby, and and
Mm-hmm.
she kind of just took over the
Mm-hmm.
family, like
Mm-hmm.
very directive, very like that's how she is, and we you know
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of hard to I don't know. Anxiety, definitely the independence. Anxiety maybe because with my sister, and I felt like I was the older one. There was a lot
Mm.
of things that I had to just like figure out for us,
Mhm.
so
Like the pressure.
yeah,
Mm.
I think so.
So, because technically you're the oldest daughter, right? So some
Uh-huh.
of that responsibility falls on you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because like the older, and then your brother was like the baby, everybody's baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. For a long time, he was the
Mm-hmm.
baby.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Like
Mm-hmm.
everybody's baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
I know. I think about that and I'm like, dang, I was
Mhm.
the baby for 4 years. And then
Uh-huh.
here come my little baby sister.
I'm
And it's
still the
funny.
baby.
That's funny. I know. Who was I? Oh, the other day, at the quince, um, Melissa was there right by
Mm.
herself, and she sent us a picture. She took pictures with my parents in like the photo booth, and then
Uh,
when I was like, "Is it your
Aw.
dream come true? You're an only child again?" Because
Uh-huh.
it's true, right? Like usually we both go. And then
Uh-huh.
I thought about it and I was like, you know what? When I moved here a year before my parents did, right?
Mm.
And then so I had my parents for a whole year to myself and I was like, I'm an
Aw.
only child. And then my sister moved here and so then it was like, okay, then it changed. But I was like, I was the only child for a whole
A
year.
year.
Because they were all in California still.
Mhm.
I was like, okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay. I feel like there is like some kind of like not community, but like we relate
We
on
relate for
different
sure.
issues. Like if you're like,
For
oh, you're a
sure. Yeah.
middle child, we're like, we get it. We know
Uh-huh.
what you're going
Uh-huh.
through.
It
Like,
kind of reminds me of there's like a commercial. It's I don't know what kind of commercial it is, but it's like the mom has like the first baby, or the
mm-hmm,
parents do, and they're so careful with the baby, and they're so like
mm-hmm,
super like like
mm-hmm,
gentle, and and then the second kid comes, and they're like forget the kid in the stroller or in the car seat, and like it's kind of like, oh, the kid will be fine. They're more like
Yeah.
careless. And then when the third one comes, they're like, oh, that kind of kids
Uh-huh.
are just running around. They're more crazy, but the
Silver
Uh-huh.
parents are
tooth.
less,
Yeah.
like
It's
not
like,
caring, but they're more like, okay, they're used to it and stuff, and it's
yeah.
kind of like, oh, okay. So, but you see, like the kids, like you see
Uh-huh.
the kids how they are, and like the second one is kind of like, hey.
Which one do you think has the most ability to be a silver tooth kid? Like a
The first
older,
one.
the first
No,
one?
no, 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 no. The last one. The last one.
Last one? You think so?
For sure. Because they can get away with everything. They had the
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
McDonald's
true.
money.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's
McDonald's
true.
money. That's true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
That's funny. Yeah, because it was like the first one is like, these are the rules. The second one
Yeah.
is like, these are the rules, but sometimes we'll bend them, right?
Yeah.
And then the third one, they're like, there's no rules,
Whatever.
Yeah.
party, right? Oh my gosh. I found this
Uh-huh.
thing that I wanted to read on here. It says, what is middle child syndrome? Firstborns get the luxury of being the only child for at least the better part of a year. The youngest child often receives special attention from parents and siblings due to their role as the baby in the family lineup. Middle children, though, are doomed to be stuck in the middle and have to work harder to be the center of their parents' attention. They may feel neglected by others and obligated to maintain a peacekeeper's role between their siblings. Being aware of their place within a family may greatly impact some children and shape the way they engage in relationships throughout their lives. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And then here's another one. It says, feeling misunderstood. Middle children may feel misunderstood or overlooked by their parents or siblings, leading to feelings of frustration or resentment. Later in life, they may feel different or as if those around them are unable to fully understand them.
Huh.
So I think that speaks to like the bonds,
Uh-huh.
that's, and it's like in different stages of life too, right? Like
Mhm.
for a long time, me and Melissa would talk like every day, and then me and Dee would go like for a while. Me and Dee were a couple of sisters. That's what we would say, right? Because we would go out with our
Oh,
cousins,
Oh, I
yeah.
love that so
right?
much.
So we're
Uh-huh.
like, and then it was so cute because we signed up for this new thing that they have out here. It's called Republic Goods, and it's like a booth where you take your stuff and
Oh.
you rent the booth for a week and you bring your own stuff and you price it yourself, right? So I was telling Dee about it and I was like, do you want to go half on the booth? And she's like, yeah. So we like both put our stuff and I went and set it up because she had to work. But I was like, should we put a name like on our booth? And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. So then I was like, what should we name it? And then so we were like, a couple of sisters, right? And then
I love
my niece, I was like, write these down and we'll vote, right? Everybody
Uh-huh.
at my parents' house. She's like, okay. So we did a couple of sisters. We did Candy's Closet, and I can't remember what the other two were. But the most votes was Candy's Closet. So that's what but we spelled it can and then DEE, right?
Oh,
Because
I love
she goes by
Oh.
yeah,
Candy.
Candy's Closet. Yeah, so I was like, oh,
Good.
that's
I love that. That's
cool.
cool.
But I was like, a couple of sisters, remember? She's like, yeah. I was like,
Aw.
oh. But yeah, I definitely feel like
Cool.
now I'm closer to D because like we spend a lot of time, I spend a lot of time at my parents' house or like we do things with my niece
Uh-huh.
and that's fun because then I'm like
Yeah.
we go like me and Fernando and her and my niece and then it's so funny because we're like I wonder if people think that Fernando is my niece's dad and I'm like the stepmom. I was like
You're creating a story, huh?
like a novela. Like, oh my god, no. But I was like, it's just so fun. So
Yeah.
like right
I
now
love that.
that's where I'm at, where it's like, oh, okay. Like I don't got kids, I don't borrow your kid, okay? For real.
Yeah.
And my older sister, she has a lot going on. She had a lot of kids. I called her today and then she was doing drop off and I was like, oh. I was like, dang, she has 3 drop off places right now.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That's like all day.
Mhm.
That's driving all day.
Mhm.
Dropping them off, picking them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Dang,
Team no
Melissa.
kids. I know. I love them so much. I can't believe how
Mhm.
grown everybody is
Uh,
getting.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Whoa, middle child.
yeah.
That's crazy to think, like, how many of us are middle children? Like, cause you guys are two, and then
Mhm.
everybody else, except for Olivia, is
Olivia.
an only child, but everybody else has three or more,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pete
Yeah.
has 3.
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Tony's the middle one there.
Tony.
Mhm.
Hey Tony.
Hi,
Tony.
Tony. I know my cousin Erica today. Oh, that's what I was gonna look at my poll. I put a
4.
poll today on my Instagram
Aw.
to see.
Excuse me.
Um. Oh, I
There's too
put
many to talk about.
which one. I put which one are you? Firstborn, middle child, or the baby? 3 people said they were the firstborns. 3 people
Excuse me.
voted middle child, and 3 people
Oh
voted the
wow.
baby.
Aw.
I'm trying to see if there's any siblings in here. No, there's no
Listen.
siblings. But it's funny, right? Because there's sets of three,
Yeah.
three, three, three.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just like,
Aw.
oh, middle children, the
Uh-huh.
Stephanie Tanners of
There's
the
Stephanie.
world. I loved her so much. I was like, oh my gosh, how fun! Ay ay ay.
All right. You guys want to get deep?
Yeah.
Let's get deep.
That way.
She tricked herself.
Let's do deeper. What is the bravest thing you've ever done? Ooh.
Bravest thing. This podcast.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. And I only say that because yesterday when I did that assessment, because Fernando always hypes up, like he always promotes this podcast, and he was telling
Good looking at
the lady, I know, right?
Thank you, Fernando.
He was telling the lady who runs the neurofeedback place. He's like, oh yeah, she has a mental health podcast with her cousins, and they talk about mental health. And she was like, what? That's so cool. And she's like,
Yeah.
that's so brave of you. And I was like,
Yeah.
it is brave,
Yeah.
right? Because we're being vulnerable and we're like putting all of our shit out there.
Mhm.
And then the people who come on here and are vulnerable too, right?
Mhm.
And she's like, that's so
Yes.
cool. Yeah, I know. I was like, can I record my whole thing so I can show it on here? Like, can I do a documentary? Yeah, but I was like, no, it is brave, right? To do that. Like, we're talking about the thing, and that's what I told her. I was like, that's our slogan. Like, we talk about the things we're not supposed to talk about. And she's like, oh my god, I love that. And I was like, I know. I was like, we'll put stickers in your office.
Yeah.
Let us know. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. What about you guys?
Aw. Dang.
As a Latino male,
Mhm.
admit that I go to therapy and
Mm.
went to therapy, and
Mhm.
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
because it's very frowned upon in our culture, and
Mhm.
hopefully it turns into not being that, and
Mhm.
people are open and
Normalize it.
normalize it. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm talking
Therapy.
about it on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Therapy
Mm.
makes a big difference. And there's
Mhm.
different types of therapy. If one doesn't
Yeah.
work for you, there's plenty of therapists. Like, you
Mhm.
find the right one. It's like dating. Find the right one, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes you outgrow one and you got to go to the next one, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's going back to school.
Oh yeah,
For
that's a
sure,
good one.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate it so much,
Mhm.
and it's just the worst thing ever. It is easier.
Yeah.
It is easier. The
Mhm.
therapy is helping,
That's good.
but I just hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit there. Like, I already sit there for work, and like,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to like sit there for homework too, and like, well, whatever. Whatever. I think that, or maybe even joining the military. I think that was more like let's just do it. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
No,
You
thank you.
know?
You guys are definitely
I think
brave.
I did a lot of stuff like that I'm like,
I would
"You know,
never."
fuck it.
Never once in my life did I be like, I'm gonna join the military. No.
I never got my money for
Yeah.
Lisa for
No. Or your
signing
rank.
her up.
You didn't get
Or
your
my rank.
your referral credit.
No.
Oh my
I didn't think
gosh.
she was gonna join. It was he's like, give me a list. So I was all right. There's 2 people. I give you and Jerry, and then you said, yeah. I was like, oh, shit.
Jerry. Imagine.
Jerry? Oh my god,
Jerry.
Selena would have hated you.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Should have been like, no, my baby. Jerry's the baby.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
I did want to say thank you for for the last episode was really good. It was cool seeing like the other side of not being here and just watching it. You guys did an awesome
Yeah.
job.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I started watching it and then I couldn't. Like it was just too much for me. And then I was like, because it was just like us. Like it was just like here. Like there's not that other like bounce, where it's like you're just hearing yourself. It's like you're hearing yourself go to therapy. Like it's like, oh no.
I can't wait till you guys do one on your own and I get to be an audience member. They always are like, no, we can't do it without you. Oh my gosh.
Like, no, that's not gonna happen. We don't know how to open. We do the opening.
I know. You
Oh
talk.
my
We're just a
God.
kind
You
of
guys
psychics.
can do it too. What do you mean? You guys talk just as much. Just start talking to each other and then turn on the cameras, trick each other, turn on the cameras and start. That's funny. Oh my gosh. No, it'll happen, guys. Whether they want it or not. It's gonna happen. Oh yeah. What else? I had
Anything else?
something else. I can't remember. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna make Renee put the pictures that did not go on that episode.
Sorry.
So enter my nephew in his "Don't You Know I'm Loco" shirt and my skydiving ones. Okay, guys. So make sure you check out the
I'll be
video.
honest with you. I had Taco Bell that night, and I was not feeling well, and I was just like, "Fuck it, it's done."
See? Don't need Taco
Oh
Bell.
my god.
You're gonna get mad choro.
Mad
I didn't say
another
that.
story.
I wasn't feeling well.
I'm gonna tell them.
I was like, I'm like, she's not, because I was gonna ask you to text me the pictures, but I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
You should have said something. We could have finished it later.
gross.
Oh my god. Yeah. So let me tell you about this mad chorro story. Why
You
we
have to.
say
It's
this?
my
Okay.
favorite.
So one time I went out with my friends. I did not get chorro, just so you guys know. Right off the bat, I'm gonna tell you. So I went out with my sister and my friend, and we it was late. Like maybe like midnight, 1:00. That's late now for me, okay? And I went to the bathroom and I left my phone on the table. And then I was like, what the hell? Like, this is when Facebook was like the only thing, right? So then I was like, what the heck? So then it was like, so what did he write? So my friend took my phone and he was like, oh, I don't feel good or something like that. I got mad choro as a status on Facebook. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, it's midnight. I'm sure nobody saw it. No.
Like a king taco or something.
Yes. Oh, that King Taco. He's like that King Taco. Now I
Did
have.
he tag you there? Could you
No.
tag back then? No, I don't think you could.
I don't
tag
think
that.
so. No, but he was like, yeah, the King Taco gave me mad choro, and I was like, choro is diarrhea for
That's
those of you guys that
diabolical.
don't
I
know,
love
right?
it.
Yeah, and I was like, what, you jerk? So I thought, okay, it's like midnight, 1:00. Nobody saw it. No. My sister's coworker was like, hey, is your sister okay? And my sister's like, what, Melissa, okay? Melissa's like, what? What do you mean? And she goes, yeah, well, she wrote that King Taco gave her mad choro. And it was like mad, like A, capital letters, mad choro. So that's why anytime we talk about choro, we call it mad choro. Because of that. Okay? And I was like, you jerk. And that,
Thank you, Candy's friend.
Yeah,
funny.
but I was
So
like,
funny.
oh my gosh, what the heck?
That's
Yeah.
before phones didn't have a lock screen
Oh
or
my
something, right?
gosh.
No, I wasn't even gone that long that it locked. Like, I literally went to the bathroom real quick and came
I
back.
was waiting.
And it wasn't
You
even
already
locked.
knew. You already knew what to write.
It's like, that's fucking rude.
You know what I did that one time with Bobby, actually.
To my sister.
I had her phone and I text Tino. I was like, I can't wait to see it tonight. Even I was like, I want to have your baby or something like
Oh my
that.
god.
I think it was at like
Oh my God.
your
Bachelorette party.
bachelorette
Oh.
party, yeah. And I was like, if you see me tonight, don't hold back or something like that.
That's
And then
funny.
I guess he called her or texted her back. He's like, okay.
That's funny. Oh my God.
Something like that. Bobby, you're gonna have to let us know exactly
You know
what,
what?
but it was something
Those
like that.
pictures came up recently because it was in the month of March. Yeah. Yeah, because it was March something. I remember the pictures came up, and I was
Okay.
like, that night was
Oh
so
my God, that was
fun,
like a
so fun.
man, like hangover.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
there was like different
definitely.
things that happened. Like
It was
so
so much
fun, so
fun.
fun. We were
I
just talking
know.
about that. I think at the when we're with Favi and Clara, we're
Oh, at
talking
the
about it.
hospital.
Yeah.
Really? How funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, it was a good
Dang, that's
night.
gonna be
It was a
6
good night.
years.
Jeez.
Wow.
Crazy. All thanks to Rene.
Aw.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Think that's it, right?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
Any
We're
last
good.
new? Okay.
Be Favi strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Love
love
that
you,
saying.
Favi.
Love you, Favi.
Love you.
Love you, sis.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.
Bye. Thank you for joining us. If you are in need of any medical assistance, please contact your local provider. If you are having thoughts of suicide, please call the National Suicide Hotline at 988. In case of emergency, call 911. See you next week as we talk about
The things we're not supposed to talk about.